Okay, so this is Mycelia. This is version 1, and today is the 10th of October 2022. This is the first playing, and this is my first attempt at the rules. So, you are placing tiles to represent mycelium, which is the actual main part of the fungus. So based on that principle, mycelia is about us representing different families of mushrooms that require different environments and that need to connect through this network of mycelium threads and create environments in which our mushrooms can flourish. So, in order to find out what environment will work for you, you have to make a gap between the tiles that will meet this requirement. So this here is what we are currently calling the environment. And that gap in the middle may or may not be suitable for making this particular mushroom fruit. So yes, 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 great. But you don't have a blue heart on any of the edges. So while you can grow this particular mushroom here, so I'll place this, which represents that I have been able to put my mushroom family there, you don't get the bonus. Now if you had got the bonus, you would also place this on top. We're calling that a fairy ring, which is why it's surrounded by a ring. A fairy ring is a ring of mushrooms. Okay, so this is basically the way that you're aiming for the game to work. You have 3 family requirement cards at the start of each game, so you get 3 of these. And if the environment matches any of the 3 cards that you happen to have in your hand, you are able to place your token in that environment. That's how we're playing it at the moment. It may need to be changed. This is the first test. On your turn, you can either lay a tile or swap one of your family cards for a different one. The card that you discard goes into the discard pile, and your new card comes into your hand. You have 3 piles of tiles here. And as you draw from the tile, you replace that tile with the one from the corresponding pile. If this pile is completely depleted, you don't make another pile, you just only have 2 options instead of 3. Once the tiles have run out, the game is over. And the person who has the highest score total, which includes these, wins.
Sounds good.
Cool. So that's my very basic rundown on the game.
All right.
So off we go. Right, so we'll deal 3 each. So this is what I have. And we need to have 1 tile in the middle. That's the starting tile. All tiles that are played need to be played adjacent to an existing tile.
Okay.
So when I go to play, I have a look and see, do I have any families that will use either of these environments? I do, so based on that decision, I am going to try to make an environment that will work. So I'll take this one. We're going to go like this. Now, how does that change the situation for me? Can I still use that space? I can.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Can I basically squash a space by...
No, we're always making cells. You don't have to close the cell, you can go off in another direction.
So a cell could be more than 6 potentially. It could be this wobbly sort of... Okay. Cool.
And I say no at the moment because I just want to test this aspect of it, but potentially yes. Potentially because the rule is that they can be next to anything. That could be the way that we let it play. Right now I just want to test this part.
Cool.
Okay, so again, let's have a look. What have we got there? Okay, well this one here will probably do quite well in one of those environments. But we don't have anything to add to that, so we'll just let that one sit. Have a look and see if we can find anything that matches this one. or this one. Yes, so there's one way we can use that. So we'll grab this. Do that. So remember, on your turn you can either play a tile or swap a card.
Fair enough. I want to see how well I can make these work.
So with that move there, what's happened from my perspective is that this one here can no longer use that particular shape. But I can close this cell here, which matches this one. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and the green, and then I've got this for the bonus. So there, that's discarded, and I draw a new one.
Ah, okay.
Sorry, I didn't explain that properly.
That's okay.
In fact, I just decided that's exactly how it works. I wasn't sure. So that's how it's working.
Alrighty.
You're playing with a 7-year-old.
So I'm going to come in here. And I've got blue, 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 green, asterisk.
Cool.
And
yep.
And I automatically draw a new one, right?
Yes.
We got that.
Right. So now I'm looking at
Maybe we've done more for ourselves.
what
We'll
I've
see.
got. There we go. Alright, so this one here, it's one of these. So we'll go here. Obviously when I play this for real I won't be explaining what my strategy is, but here we are.
I assume your strategy is to close circles that satisfy your cards.
That is in fact correct.
I am...
Damn you.
Over here.
Okay, so we're still working on this particular strategy here. So we're looking for this one, this one, this one, this one. And now we're going to try and get that in there, and we can. So there we are.
So we may shift tax here. I feel like this is possibly more achievable. But we shall see. So there's obviously a risk anytime you bring something close to fruition.
Mm-hmm. So now we've got 2 that we could potentially close. Let's just have a look and see. Now we know this one here can do it. Let's see what the other 2 have got available and see if either of them can take over the one George has been working on, because that would be fun. Yes, let's do that. This here. There we are. So that's this. So we've got heart, 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 star, 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 star. Great. Yeah, yes.
Crap.
Ping. And we'll have another one.
Can I do anything useful with what remains? Probably not.
That's the new one.
So, no. Would you say that you have to be able to plant something somewhere to close a circle? Or
No.
can you just torpedo circles?
Absolutely. Yeah, you can close them.
Okay.
But if you close it and you don't put something in there, I can use that circle too.
Well, yes.
So if you close this one and I still have something that does all of that, you've basically used up a turn on nothing, and in my turn I can place a tile somewhere else and take that.
I'm not sure I can afford to lose a turn swapping a...
So that's important. This is a different option, just before you do that, a different option that I was thinking about. Instead of using your turn to swap cards, you have a certain number of tokens that are swap card tokens. Shall we try that?
No, let's finish the game.
Okay.
As it's being played. Alright, I'm gonna go here actually.
Okay. So we're gonna go here.
I'm going to close that circle and get the 3 hearts and an asterisk without the bonus for the fairy ring.
Cool. Okay, so let's see, we're aiming to do this one. We'll do that. Obviously taking a big risk leaving this open at the moment because George may pick up something that works for that. And there he goes.
So we have star and a bonus star, asterisk, water, green drop.
Yes.
So that's all of the things.
Left it too long. So for this one, this. Okay, your turn, George.
I have a very concentrated viewpoint with these. There's not a wide span across them of interests, so we go with that.
Right, so having learnt from the previous, we are going to place this like that. And I'm going to do this. So I've got blue, 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 this, and a star. I've got this. Okay, let's have a look at that one over there. So, no, that doesn't work for us. Then if we look at these ones over here, there we go, and another of these.
I'll take that. Okay.
Cool.
So that's 2 asterisks, 2 diamonds, and a star for the bonus.
Cool.
We have added that to our current collection here. And there may be some possibilities to work with there. Yes, I think so. That's somewhat convenient. Here. And our new acquisition. Asterisk, star, green, green, green for a bonus. Oop. Keep that party rolling. I feel bad doing this.
Do you?
Yes, I feel like I'm taking away your... I've got, so 3 greens and a star, no bonus, but I get a circle. That's what's come up most recently. So I'll take this one and drop it in here. Oh, and nothing gets replaced because that is the end of that stack.
Helpful. We'll take that.
Okay.
Blue, star, 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 and then a bonus star. So, and now I have this.
We've got 3 stars, a diamond, and an additional star. So we'll see where we go with this. It's not quite what I was hoping for. I'm going to place that there, but I will fail to complete any of these. Does that satisfy anything you could use?
Oh, it does.
Okay.
Wait. So green, green, heart, red, star.
Yeah.
Oh, it does.
Okay.
Thank you.
I mean, you should. If I went first, you should go. I said it's...
So in terms of the score,
I have
7.
1, 2, 3. Oh, yes.
You had 10.
I have
And
5.
And I have 5 and 5. That's easy to count up.
Yes.
Yeah. Post-mortem. Okay, so...
I think it's moving in the right direction. I would love to put down 2 or put down 1 and move 1 from somewhere else.
What if you can always place 2 tiles?
I mean, I think it's worth a try.
Now, the other thing I want to do is reduce the number of cards so that it's harder.
Sure,
Every
yeah.
single cell is
Right,
filled.
we have no.
Another thing that might be worth bearing in mind is if you complete a fairy ring, you get to pick one of the hexes that are already out and set that aside, so in your next turn you play 3 or something like that. So there's an extra reward for that.
So, I mean, there's the point where, let's say we're here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is clearly just fouling a hex, but it's certainly not unreasonable to say I could go here and then start, building up off of this.
I think if you're going to be able to place them and it's not in the same pattern, you need to be able to place that in there even if it's fouling. I don't know if I like the idea of being able to foul it.
I was more thinking of things like being able to do that. If someone closes it,
Oh, then they can get a double. Yeah, I think that's worth doing, for sure. Yeah. I think it's just either you have to do the pattern or you can do something else, and then it's up to other people to see how they want to play it. Another thing I was thinking was with the tokens to be able to swap your card, we don't need another set of tokens. Possibly you give one of these away. You don't miss a turn, but you potentially miss the chance to score.
I would argue that losing a fairy token is less expensive than one of these because you can't play these without these, so these are prerequisites.
So my questions were, how can we reduce the number of family cards? Should the hexes have a blank side, one or more blank sides? I think not. And should we make people miss a turn to swap cards? I think not.